Hey, this is Stacy from Let's Cook, y'all. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new, welcome. We're so glad you're here. We hope you'll enjoy the content on our channel and you'll consider hitting that red subscribe button. We have got 5 homemade food gifts that you guys can gift any time of the year. These are some that we did this year at Christmas. 3 are tried and true in our family, and 2 were brand new that we made up and tested before we gave them to friends and family. We hope you enjoy all the food in this video. The first easy gift you can make is some homemade hot chocolate or hot cocoa mix. I've been making this for 25 years. We give this to the girls in our family. I'll leave a link to the recipe. You'll need powdered sugar, non-fat dry powdered milk, instant chocolate milk mix like Nesquik or the store brand, powdered creamer, and 1 large box of chocolate pudding. You just mix it all together and put a tag on it and gift it. And this is always well received. I tried 2 new recipes this year. The first one is a dried bean soup mix that you layer in mason jars. I did have the jars on hand, and some ribbon. The main thing I had to get was I ordered some gluten-free, soy-free, dairy-free, non-GMO bouillon cubes off of Amazon, and I'll leave a link to those that I used below. You'll need a lot of spices and some dried beans. I found 2 different recipes on the internet and used as a guideline and kind of mixed and matched. I will leave a link to my final measurements. If you've watched here before, you'll know that I don't always stick to a recipe. So I did change up some things. The first thing I did was take a 5-bean soup recipe and make it a 4-bean soup. I left off the split green peas, which I do not like, and I used a combination of pinto, black bean, great northern, and kidney beans. I also mixed and matched some of the spices. A couple were additions from different recipes or my own addition. Regular paprika, and I also had some smoked paprika in the house that I added, dry mustard, some rosemary, some parsley, a dash of onion powder, some dried minced onions, some garlic powder, some oregano, a bay leaf, and then for the bean soup mixture, it required 1 of the large veggie bouillon cubes from the special ones that I had ordered off of Amazon. One of the recipes I used as a guideline specifically said to use wide mouth mason jars. I didn't have those. I had these that I had gotten previously the day after Christmas for a really good price, so I kind of learned as I went along to kind of move and shake the jars around and help everything settle. Once they were finished, I tried to decorate them cute with some ribbon. I did use one of the websites and changed up a couple things for the tags. I printed their tags on the front, and then I flipped them around on the back of the second tag, which had the instructions on it, and put the notes of what I did differently. Coming up next, we did taste test each of these soup mixes before we gifted them. This is the first one, the bean soup mix. I have made up these bean soup mixes, not tried them yet, so before I give them as gifts, I'm going to test out the recipe. It was supposed to be a 5-bean soup. I don't like split green peas, so I left them out. So mine is a pinto, black bean, great northern, and kidney bean, seasoning, bay leaf, and veggie cube in the jar. And I'm going to try to make it. I'm probably going to add some ham or ground beef to mine and see how this goes. This is for after Christmas because these are gifts. I'm going to bring my soup pot to a boil. You would add 1 diced carrot and 1 stalk of celery. I don't like celery, so I'm going to leave it out. And I may also add a little onion. There is some dried, dehydrated minced onion in this jar, but I did have fresh, and I'm going to add a little more since I'm not adding the celery. We all know that if you've watched here before, you'll know that I don't usually stick to recipes, and in fact, this jar mix is the combination of 2 or 3 different recipes that I found online. I did add more seasonings, but I have written my changes down, and I'll share them if this works.
And for the sake of the recipe, since the beans were not rinsed before they were put in the jar, I do normally like to rinse my beans, but I'm going to do it just like I measured them out into a jar. I put about 1/3 cup of each of the beans. I'm going to bring it to a boil. And I forgot the other ingredient, which is a can of diced tomatoes. Bring to a boil, and then we're going to lower it and cook it 90 minutes. Checked my beans periodically and ended up cooking them until everything was mostly soft. It's going to be about 2.5 hours. We'll fish out the bay leaf. At the 2-hour point, I did add some ham, some little chopped diced ham, because Tim does like a little bit of meat in with his beans. There's not a whole lot in there. And now is the time, once the beans are already about cooked, to salt and pepper the dish. I was always told never to salt dry beans while they're cooking. I guess it retards the cooking process, so I always salt at the end.
Tim and I both enjoyed this. The broth was very flavorful. Next time I would probably add a little more ham. This made 4 good-sized lunch portions or 2 really large dinner portions. We hope that the ones that received this enjoyed the bean soup mix. Another new recipe for me is, instead of the bean soup, I also made up a chicken noodle soup. Basically the same process. I laid out all of my mason jars. I started layering all the seasons on the bottom. I also combined recipes that I'd found on the internet and came up with my own variation. Again, I'll leave a link to the recipe of what I ended up using. I used 1 tablespoon of dried minced onion, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1/2 teaspoon each of rosemary, sage, thyme, and dill, which was my addition, 1 bay leaf, a dash of turmeric, and then I filled to the top of the mason jar with wide egg noodles that I had purchased at Walmart. I measured, it was about 1 3/4 cup to 2 cups total, and then I put the chicken bouillon cube at the top. I also decorated these, used one of the websites to print out the tags, and did the same that I did with my bean soup mix, which is write the things that I did on the back, the directions from when we taste tested it, which that's next.
Today I'm testing another recipe. This is the chicken noodle soup mix that I made and gave as gifts, and I'm replicating what I measured out and put in the jars, and this one is on our website. I'll leave a link to it. Well, if it turns out, I actually made them. I've got to make the tags once I see how it works and make my notes. Hopefully it will work like the bean soup did, but I'm going to mimic it in my pan. I've got my pan hot. We'll add the oil, or some oil, and saute the carrot, and you would add the celery here if you were using it.
I do like to toast my spices when I make things like this, so I pulled the bouillon and the bay leaf out, toasted the spices for a minute or 2, put them back in with the 3 cups of water. I did end up using 4 for about 2 cups of noodles. I will bring this mixture to a boil. Once it reaches a boil, I will cover it and turn it down. The website where I got this soup jar mix recipe said to cook it for 10 to 12 minutes, but the package of noodles, Great Value, that I bought at Walmart says 7 to 8. I will check them at about 7 or 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, I tasted the broth. It's pretty good. It's a little thin. The noodles aren't quite done. I'm going to add another cup, so that's 4 cups total, and put 2 more minutes on the noodles and check them then, and then we'll see about the chicken. For the chicken portion, I actually combined 2 or 3 recipes. One of them actually said to include a can of canned chicken. I only have these larger ones from Sam's Club that are in the big 6-pack. This is a 12.5 ounce can, which is actually a little shy. Most of the recipes called for adding 2 cups of cooked chicken.
I'm going to see how it tastes with the canned chicken, see if it works. If not, I will change the instructions on the recipe and on the gift tag to say cook 2 cups of your own chicken, or more likely to use 2 cups of rotisserie chicken. This may actually work. Canned chicken is not too bad. I use it for a lot of other recipes and things. We will just let this heat through, give it a taste, and we will leave a comment.
This was a good soup. We both enjoyed it. I do think it would be better with freshly cooked chicken or probably rotisserie chicken. And I did have a little seasoning error. I shook in a little too much turmeric, but it was delicious. And we hope that whoever received these as gifts at Christmas enjoys their homemade chicken noodle soup from this jar mix. I would definitely do both of these soup mixes again in the future. Our next homemade food gift we gave this year is from a dear friend of mine, Beth. Thank you so much for graciously sharing your decaf spiced tea recipe with me. I will leave a link to Beth's recipe. She taste tested it herself of many tries and got it pretty much perfect. It uses a jar of Lipton Decaf instant tea mix. I found all of these ingredients at Walmart. 1 container of the Great Value Orange Sunrise drink mix, and 1 container of Great Value lemonade drink mix, along with 1 cup of sweetener. I used stevia and some cinnamon and cloves. Her spiced tea is delicious. It was very well received to everyone we gave gifts to, and I made a big jar to keep for us. I printed up some tags to put with it. Thank you again, Beth, for sharing your very delicious recipe, and here it is for you guys as well as on our website.
A long-standing tradition in our house, I make reindeer food. We have shared a video on this before. It's easy for kids to do. We put our great niece and nephew in the kitchen and they helped us make it a couple of years back, so I'll leave a link to that recipe. I know there's probably 1,000 variations on these coated cereal mixes, but this is the one that our family has done for 20 plus years. You mix Cheerios, peanuts, Crispix cereal, pretzels, M&Ms, and toss it in the white or the almond vanilla bark. The original recipe called for the M&Ms to be sprinkled on top as it's drying. Our family, especially me, likes a lot of sugar, so we toss the M&Ms in and coat them in the vanilla bark as well, or almond bark as well. So this is what we call reindeer food.
The dry mix is ready. I put out some wax paper on my countertop, and then I take my microwave and melt the almond bark per the package directions. Once you get it hot, you need to start working really quick. I toss it and try to get everything coated and then lay it out on the wax paper. It just takes a few minutes at room temperature to dry and set up, and then we just break it up and put it into tins or gift bags to gift it to friends and family. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. We hope you get a chance to make one of these one day. Y'all have a wonderful and truly blessed day.